Emily and Elizabeth were identical twins, born on a sunny June morning. From the moment they arrived, their lives were intertwined. As infants, they shared a crib, sleeping in perfect sync. As toddlers, they dressed alike, their blonde pigtails bouncing in unison. Growing up, the twins were inseparable. They shared secrets, laughter, and tears. Their parents often struggled to tell them apart. In school, Emily and Elizabeth excelled, earning identical grades and accolades. Teachers marveled at their symbiotic relationship, but as they entered adolescence, subtle differences emerged. Emily, the more outgoing twin, joined the school choir. Elizabeth, quieter and more reserved, focused on art. Despite these differences, their bond remained unbreakable. They shared a language, understanding each other's thoughts without words. One sunny day, Emily met Ryan, a charming music teacher, at a school concert. Their love blossomed, and within a year, they married in a beautiful summer ceremony. Elizabeth, the maid of honor, beamed with joy as Emily exchanged vows. After the wedding, Emily and Ryan settled into a cozy home, filled with music and laughter. However, as the months passed, Emily's desire for motherhood grew. She longed to hold her own child in her arms. Ryan shared her dream, but fate had other plans. 5 years passed, and Emily's womb remained empty. The couple tried fertility treatments, but success eluded them. Elizabeth, though supportive, couldn't help feeling a pang of sadness. She'd always envisioned herself becoming an aunt. Emily's frustration mounted. She questioned her worth, wondering if she was meant to be a mother. Ryan's love and reassurance kept her grounded. "We'll get through this together," he promised. One evening, as Emily poured her heart out to Elizabeth, her twin offered words of wisdom. "Your worth isn't defined by motherhood, Emily. You're an amazing woman, with so much love to give." Emily smiled, feeling a weight lift. She realized her identity extended beyond biological motherhood. As the years passed, Ryan's patience wore thin. Emily's inability to conceive weighed heavily on him. He began to withdraw, his love and support dwindling. Emily sensed the change but couldn't understand its depth. "Ryan, what's wrong?" Emily asked, her voice laced with concern. "Nothing," Ryan replied curtly, his eyes avoiding hers. The silence between them grew, a chasm widening. Ryan started working late, finding solace in his music. Emily felt abandoned, her heart heavy with sorrow. One evening, Ryan's absence stretched into midnight. Emily's tears fell, her body shaking with sobs. Elizabeth, sensing her twin's distress, arrived unexpectedly. "What's happening?" Elizabeth asked. Embracing Emily, "Ryan's changed," Emily whispered. "He doesn't want me anymore." Elizabeth's expression turned resolute. "We'll get through this together," she promised. The next day, Elizabeth confronted Ryan. "Your pain is understandable, but abandoning Emily isn't the solution," Elizabeth said firmly. Ryan's eyes dropped, shame washing over him. "I know, but I need a child," Ryan admitted. Elizabeth's words struck a chord. "Seek counseling, Ryan. Work through your emotions." Ryan nodded, determination etched on his face. Emily's frustration boiled over. She begged Elizabeth to consider a drastic solution. "Lizzie, please," Emily implored, tears streaming down her face. "Move in with Ryan and pretend to be me. Get pregnant for him." Elizabeth's eyes widened in shock. "Emily, no. That's absurd," Elizabeth protested. "Please, Lizzie. I'll lose Ryan if I don't give him a child," Emily pleaded. Elizabeth's expression softened, but her resolve remained firm. "I understand your pain, Emily, but this is unethical." "It's deception." Emily's desperation intensified. "What else can I do? Ryan's losing interest." "I'll lose everything." Elizabeth enveloped Emily in a warm hug. "There are other options: adoption, surrogacy. We'll explore them together." Emily's face contorted in anguish. "Those take time." Ryan won't wait. Elizabeth's voice remained calm and rational. Then perhaps Ryan's not the right man for you. Emily's eyes flashed with anger. You don't understand. I love my husband so much and I don't intend to lose him. Elizabeth's expression remained steadfast. I do understand, Emily. But I won't enable harmful decisions. The sisters' conversation reached an impasse. Emily felt isolated, her options dwindling. Elizabeth's refusal sparked a rift between them. Days passed, the tension lingering. Weeks passed, and Elizabeth witnessed Emily's growing despair. Emily's plea still lingered in Elizabeth's mind. One evening, Elizabeth visited Emily, her expression contemplative. Emily, I've been thinking, maybe I was too hasty, Elizabeth said. Emily's eyes sparkled with hope. What do you mean? Emily asked, her voice barely above a whisper. I'll do it, Elizabeth said. I will move in with Ryan, her voice firm. I'll pretend to be you. Emily's face lit up with joy. Oh, Lizzie. Thank you. Emily exclaimed, embracing her twin. The sisters began making plans. They swapped lives, with Elizabeth moving into Emily's home. Ryan, unaware of the switch, welcomed Elizabeth with open arms. Elizabeth, now pretending to be Emily, struggled to adjust. She mimicked Emily's mannerisms, but her own personality shone through. Ryan noticed subtle differences but attributed them to Emily's newfound happiness. As days turned into weeks, Elizabeth grew accustomed to her new role. She began to enjoy Ryan's company, their conversations flowing effortlessly. Ryan, sensing Emily's renewed vitality, rekindled their romance. 3 months passed since the sisters' role reversal. Emily, still living apart from Ryan, started feeling dizzy for some time. She went to the hospital to run some tests. A pregnancy test confirmed her worst-kept secret. She was pregnant. Overjoyed, Emily rushed to share the news with Elizabeth. At Emily's arrival, Elizabeth looked radiant, glowing with an otherworldly aura. Elizabeth, I'm pregnant. Emily exclaimed. Elizabeth's face lit up, mirroring Emily's shock. I'm pregnant too. Elizabeth revealed, I was about to call you before I saw you coming. The sisters stared at each other, dumbfounded, their eyes locked, minds racing with implications. How is this possible? Emily asked. Elizabeth's expression turned sheepish. Ryan and we've been intimate, Elizabeth admitted. Emily's world crumbled. Her sister, pretending to be her, was carrying Ryan's child. The twins' bond trembled, foundations shaken. What have we done? Emily whispered. Elizabeth's tears flowed, regret etched on her face. We never thought this through, Elizabeth sobbed. The sisters' lives entwined in a complicated web. Emily's eyes locked onto Elizabeth's, her voice laced with desperation. Lizzie, please, you have to get an abortion. Elizabeth's expression remained resolute, her jaw set. I won't do it, Emily. This child is innocent. Emily's anxiety spiked. Think of the consequences. Ryan will leave me, and our lives will be ruined. Elizabeth's gaze never wavered. You're the one who put me in this mess, Emily. You asked me to pretend to be you, to sleep with your husband. Emily's face contorted in anguish. I know. I was desperate. But please, Lizzie, don't make me face this. Elizabeth's voice turned firm. We'll face it together, Emily. We're twins, bound by blood and love. We'll navigate this chaos as one. Emily's tears flowed, her body shaking with sobs. But what about Ryan? He'll hate me, hate us. Elizabeth's arms enveloped Emily, holding her close. We'll tell him the truth, together. He'll have to understand. Emily pulled back, her eyes searching Elizabeth's. And what about the baby? What will we do? Elizabeth's smile softened. We'll raise our children together, as sisters, as mothers. We'll make this work. Emily's resolve began to crumble, her heart heavy with the weight of their decision. Emily's eyes pleaded with Elizabeth. Lizzie, please go back to your place. I need to figure out how to fix this mess. Elizabeth shook her head, her voice firm. I won't leave, Emily. This is my mess too, Emily's frustration mounted. But you can't stay here. Ryan will suspect something. Elizabeth's expression turned stubborn. I won't leave my child's father. I need to be close to him, for my baby's sake. Emily's face fell, understanding washing over her. You're feeling lonely without Ryan, aren't you? Elizabeth nodded, tears welling up. I know it's wrong, but I feel connected to him. He's the father of my child. Emily's heart ached for her twin. Lizzie, what have we done? Elizabeth's voice dropped to a whisper. We've created a life, Emily. A life that deserves love and care. The sisters sat in silence, the weight of their actions settling around them. Emily knew she had to act, to find a solution. I'll talk to Ryan, Emily said finally. I'll tell him everything. Elizabeth's eyes widened in alarm. No, Emily. You can't, Emily's determination hardened. I must. We can't keep living this lie. Emily stood outside Ryan's study, her heart racing with anticipation. She had decided to confess, to reveal the truth about the twin switch, but as she entered the room, her resolve faltered. Ryan looked up, his eyes warm with love. Hey, sweetheart. What's on your mind? Emily's words caught in her throat. She couldn't do it. She couldn't shatter the fragile peace they'd rebuilt. Ryan, I want to talk about our future, Emily stammered. Ryan's expression turned curious. Our future? Emily nodded, buying time. Yes. We are expecting a child. I'm pregnant. Ryan's face lit up. Really? I'm going to be a father soon. Oh. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so grateful. Ryan said with a joyful heart. Emily's guilt gnawed at her conscience, but she couldn't bring herself to reveal the truth. Emily lied, forcing a smile. Ryan's arms enveloped her, holding her close. I'm so happy, Emily. We'll make amazing parents. Emily's heart sank, her deception weighing heavily. She knew she had to tell him eventually, but for now, she pushed the truth aside. Emily's guilt continued to gnaw at her conscience. She knew she had to tell Ryan something, but the truth remained stuck in her throat. One evening, as they prepared dinner together, Emily broached the subject. Ryan, I need to talk to you about something, Emily said, her voice hesitant. Ryan's eyes met hers, curious. What is it? Emily took a deep breath. My sister Elizabeth, she's going through a tough time. Ryan's expression turned concerned. What's wrong? Emily's words spilled out in a rush. She's pregnant, and the father isn't in the picture. She needs a place to stay, and I want her to be staying with us for now. Ryan's eyebrows rose in surprise. That's quite a shock. But of course, she's welcome to stay. Emily's relief mingled with guilt. She had avoided revealing the truth, but at what cost? Thank you, Ryan. This means a lot to me, Emily said, her voice sincere. Ryan's arms wrapped around her. We'll support Elizabeth through this. We're a family. Emily's heart swelled with love for Ryan, but the weight of her secret remained. Little did Ryan know, the situation was far more complicated. Ryan welcomed Elizabeth warmly, unaware of the complicated web of secrets. As the months passed, the sisters' bellies grew, a constant reminder of their situation. Emily's anxiety mounted, fearing Ryan's discovery. Elizabeth, however, seemed at peace, her bond with Ryan growing stronger. The household dynamics shifted, with Elizabeth and Ryan forming an unlikely connection. Emily felt left out, her relationship with Ryan strained. One fateful night, Emily's water broke. Elizabeth rushed her to the hospital, Ryan by their side. Hours later, Emily gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Elizabeth's labor soon followed, and she delivered a beautiful baby girl. The sisters held their newborns, tears of joy streaming down their faces. Ryan beamed with pride, unaware of the truth. As they returned home, Emily's apprehension grew. 1 year passed since the twins gave birth. Ethan and Ava grew, bringing joy to the household. But Elizabeth's guilt intensified, her conscience eating away. She couldn't keep the secret hidden forever. One evening, as Ryan played with the children, Elizabeth approached Emily. "Lizzie, what's wrong?" Emily asked, sensing her sister's unease, Elizabeth's voice barely above a whisper. "I have to tell Ryan the truth." Emily's eyes widened in alarm. "No, Lizzie. Think of the consequences." Elizabeth's determination hardened. "I won't keep lying. It's not fair to Ryan, to us, or the children." Emily's face fell, knowing her sister's mind was made up. That night, Elizabeth gathered everyone in the living room. Ryan's expression turned curious. "What's going on?" Elizabeth took a deep breath. "Ryan, I have something to tell you, something important." Ryan's eyes locked onto Elizabeth's, anticipation building. "Ryan, I'm not just Emily's sister," Elizabeth began. "I'm the one who pretended to be Emily, who lived with you, who carried Ava." The room fell silent. Ryan's face paled, contorted in shock, his eyes blazing with anger. "How could you?" Ryan spat, his voice venomous. "How could you deceive me like this?" Elizabeth stood tall, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry, Ryan. I was trying to help Emily." Emily stepped forward, her voice shaking. "Ryan, But Ryan cut her off, his rage boiling over. "You both manipulated me. You used me." The room erupted into chaos, the children sensing the tension. Ava began to cry, Ethan clinging to Emily's leg. In the midst of the turmoil, Elizabeth made a decision. She knew she had to leave, to give Ryan and Emily a space. With a heavy heart, Elizabeth gathered her belongings. "I'm leaving," Elizabeth announced, her voice firm. "I'll start anew, give you both a chance to heal." Emily's eyes pleaded with Elizabeth. "Don't go." Elizabeth's resolve hardened. "I must. For everyone's sake." With one last glance at her twin and Ava, Elizabeth walked out the door. Months passed since Emily's departure. Ryan's anger started fading. He realized his love for Emily remained, despite the deception. Ryan's eyes locked onto hers. "I forgive you, Emily. I want us to be together again, the way we used to be before." Tears of joy streamed down Emily's face. Ryan's forgiveness freed her from guilt. They reunited, their love stronger than ever. Years passed, and their family flourished. Ethan and Ava grew close. Elizabeth, too, found happiness. She met a kind-hearted man, Jack, who loved her so much. Elizabeth and Jack married, their love a beacon of hope. The twins' bond remained strong. Despite past conflicts, they supported each other, their children growing together. Ryan and Emily's love story became a testament to forgiveness. Their family became a symbol of second chances.